Hello and welcome to our Moonday session. I'm Zephora, and although this episode is being recorded for the week of August for 2025, if this episode is finding you, it's much likely that there's some medicine for you here. The messages and all the practices that we do are timeless. And here we talk moon cycles, astrology, and different spiritual concepts. So join me every Monday, day of the moon, to explore our feminine energy through sound and other explorations. So let's start. This is session number 9. I'm pretty excited to share this with you. Thank you, everyone that is subscribing, commenting, and supporting. This is for you, for us, to explore and grow together. Okay, so to start, let's do a bit of a review of what's happening with the moon, what we've been talking about in other episodes. So, it was July 24 when we had our most recent new moon in Leo. We were talking about how the old paradigm of self-worth, how it is crumbling, how we were programmed to compete, compare, do pyramids and tear each other down. And now, with this Leo radiant sun energy, we are learning that it is the opposite way. We can all shine, we got all gifts and messages, and we are here to explore them, develop them, and inspire each other, grow together. So this is cycle a lot about the self. Leo is about the radiant self. And then we have our full moon in the next days. I believe it's on 8th of August or 9th of August. And it's in the sign of Aquarius. So it's very interesting seeing that from the Leo sign that is a personal, we go to the Aquarius sign. This energy is transpersonal. This means that goes beyond just the self. Aquarius is a sign related to the air element, and it's all about the collective, the changes, a revolution that is happening within our collective because we are growing. So it is in my perspective that if we're starting a cycle that starts with the self, how we develop this radiant self that has real self-worth, and how does that contribute to the collective. So I feel this is a beautiful time and opportunity to explore more about who we are, what are we here to do, why are we here, what are our gifts, what is our message, and how that has a ripple effect in the collective. So we are in a few days to celebrate the climax with the full moon of the seeds that we planted on the last moon. What were them? I will be encouraging you every new moon to write down your seeds, so that way it's easier to see what we're striving for, what we're aiming for, what we're creating. And well, something that I'm thinking about is how can we empower each other. It is noticeable that we need a change. We need a change in our perspectives, in our way of living, that it's a way that serves everything, that serves everyone, and yes, serves everyone, and with that also serves nature, our mother earth. It's like we are in the middle of changing times where we are called to change our foundations, kind of like switching them into foundations that are rooted in love, that are rooted in our hearts, that are respectful to ourselves, and that are respectful to others. I want to share that I was recently in a big circle, and it was very interesting because we were talking about community and the we, what have we learned, where are we going. And something that caught my eye is that for some of the participants, it was noticeable that feeling of I'm alone, there's no we. And for others it was like, well, it's important to have the I. And someone was saying the I is the I will conquer. That was the word, I will conquer. And saying that the we or the collective is not really needed. And well, I really disagree with that, although I agree with that of the I will conquer. The thing is that we can change these words from I will conquer. For me, it also represents the I am. The I am, it just means I am all the power, I am all the radiance, I am all the wisdom. And this I will conquer, I was also thinking about how it is important that we resignify what conquer means. We've been taught about this conquer is divide and conquer, destroy, separate, oppression upon others. So it's always about power over. And we are being called in this time for a power within, where I can be my own, I will conquer, and how I can honor the I will conquer in others. And also changing the meaning of conquer. What if conquer would be less about wars and more about focusing on achieving what we desire and collaborating with others, so we make more circles instead of pyramids. This is a message that has been coming up in the past videos. So, well, I want to invite you to join me in a small sound journey meditation where we are gonna be exploring about this. So close your eyes if you feel like that. If you feel like moving also, just follow what your body feels. Let's take a deep breath. Breathing all the goodness, light, and unity. Exhaling all the fear, comparison, feeling separate from one another. In Mayan, there's a beautiful greeting that it says in Lakesh, that it means I am another you. And the answer to that, after someone greets you with in Lakesh, is Halaken. So the first one is I am another you, and the answer is you are another me. It is recognizing how even though we have different paths, different messages, different lifestyle, different thoughts and beliefs, at the core, we are one. It is an invitation to see beyond, our skin color. Who cares about that? We are all as important. It is about connecting hearts and minds with others. The past few years, when there was this great pause in the whole world, I feel it was so noticeable how many were closed to hear out each other if what they believe challenged our own beliefs. And it seems we gotta learn from our history, otherwise things are gonna be repeating and repeating and repeating until we decide to break those patterns. So the question to our hearts is this one: how, in the middle of different opinions and thoughts, how can I still be open to hear one another, even though we might never agree? But how can I be respectful, and how can I be open to their perspectives? I feel that is the invitation, that we can see beyond, that we can be open to learn from one another and question. What this Aquarius energy for the full moon is telling us is the evolution, the revolution. It is all in how open we are to one another, how committed we are to thrive together. It is a reality for me in this time. I have learned so much about the power of the collective, the power of friends. And I recognize, and although each of us is like, I am valuable and and I am worthy, at the same time, there's so many things I cannot achieve by myself. I need others as well. So let's let this sound meditation connect to our hearts even more, to see ourselves in others, and with that start to see new ways of doing things, new plans that are beneficial for the collective. I was rereading this quote by Buckminster Fuller this morning that says something about the fact that there's, like, when a system is not working, it would be a waste of time to focus our energy into that collapsing, old, rancid, crumbling system. And we know how many systems around us are rancid. And the quote ends saying that it is more powerful to focus our energy and our efforts into create the new systems. And as we create the new, the old system collapses by its own, because the energy is not there anymore. The energy is here to build the new foundations of love, of unity, of respect of one another, of respect of our mother nature. Is this paradigm where we're gonna be changing about our priorities, as we open up more our hearts, we will make wiser decisions towards love to ourselves and our bodies, love to one another, our neighbors, our friends, even people that we don't know. I bless you, I send love as well for you. Decisions will be changing on how we interact with our planet, with Mother Earth, Gaia, who is alive, who is constantly sending us messages if we are there, alert to receive them. A reality where money is not anymore on the pedestal. It is just one more tool to achieve our dreams, to create our dreams, where we will choose differently in the name of service to it all. So, coming back into the small scale that is just one person, the invitation is to look inwards about what are those gifts that I've been hiding away, that I abandoned or ignore because maybe they're not popular, or because maybe I have felt shame or fear to express who I am. This is an invitation as well, because Aquarius is a sign also of revolution through being eccentric and doing things that have not been done before. This energy grants us the freedom of being weird or different, to dare to be different. It is the permission to cast away negative comments from others or from our own mind. To cast away shame. To cast away fear. It is the invitation for many of us to step up and maybe go against the current. Even it might sometimes be not popular, or we might feel alone at times. But just know through this message that we are never alone. And the more and more and more we step up into who we are authentically, that's the way we will be tuning into people who are resonant. Right now, with the internet, is an amazing tool that is helping us realize that we are not so alone. There are other people in other places that feel the same way, that carry all this love in their hearts and are wondering, how can I serve? How can I make this better? Even though it can all be starting just within the small scale of our family, of our neighborhood, our communities, our town, our city. It's an invitation to avoid underestimating the power of our actions and creations, because there's always ripple effect, or like the butterfly effect as well. I want to invite us to take another deep breath, and with it, asking for more guidance, asking God or your guides or angels to please reveal in our hearts and in our minds what is the most serving, and that will also bring so much joy to ourselves, because we are believing in ourselves, striving for making things differently and growing and experimenting, to grant us the courage of going against the current and find others who are resonant. So let's breathe all this light. And with our exhale, let's cast away the last bit of fear and doubt and whatever other feelings and mind chaos that gets us confused. Making space for new ideas. Making space for courage. Making space, daring to be different. Uniting, uniting, uniting with resonant hearts. Uniting, uniting with resonant hearts. And as we close our practice for today, I want to share my deep gratitude for tuning in, for sharing this time, for making this time. Thank you so much. Now we're gonna go to our oracle reading for this week. So these are our cards for this week. Let's start with the Queen of Swords. Swords represent air element and also our thoughts, all about the mental realm. Some say the Queen of Swords can be a bit cold-hearted, but I believe in a balanced way. What this Queen of Swords is inviting us to do is to be sharp with our swords of truth, how to be independent, to be self-assured, to be confident in expressing our minds, and also about discernment. She's inviting us to develop all these qualities this week, to trust in our message and discern truth from lies. Then we got card 31. I believe we got this one in our first or second episode as well. This is from Magical Spirit Oracle. And it says, "Darling, don't you remember? You're a badass. Keep winging it." The fairy blessings, flow, and magical energy. It says the affirmation is, everything I touch turns to gold. My energy attracts magic. Divine blessings, fairy dust, flow state, magic, special powers. Drawing this card is a positive omen that blessings are near. Trust that you are widely magical and capable of doing whatever your soul is calling you to do. You are being endowed with special powers, and everything you touch will turn to gold. A period of grace, flow, magic, and opportunity is here, or soon will be here. This card can also be a reminder to trust your divine instincts more, to stop thinking and trying to plan so much. Doing so consumes precious energy. Over analyzing can simply end up wasting time. Keep winging it, as the fairy does. Let loose and act freely. You have been given grace at this time. And our last card from the Voice of Souls Oracle is Fears. So, what this card is asking us is to overcome, well, first recognize our fears so then we can overcome them. It is important. Some fears have no foundation at all. It's just like our mind tricking ourselves or cling to past situations or energy. So with this sword of truth from our Queen of Sword, let's just get rid of the fears. Keep on going, keep on winging it, keep on trusting our message and talents. So, this is our message for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you next Moonday.